Hello everyone, Triple S back here with some more Sakura Spirit. And if you remember last episode, we had a talk with Sakura, told us all about that it wasn't her that brought us into this world, it was the shrine itself and the world, and it's the world's decision of when, I say us, when the main character can leave the world and go back to his own world. And the series suggested that maybe to accomplish this, him and the two fox spirits should go and deal with the slimy girl spirit who is terrorizing the village. So now, the two fox girls are trying to help. Maiko is currently flaming the slimy girl. The katana wielding guard woman is trapped on the ground covered in slime. Narumi apparently is trying to stop Takahiro. This is the main character, that's his name. Trying to stop Takahiro and the fox spirits from trying to help, because she doesn't know any better and thinks the spirits and they're coming to help the slime girl. So, let's carry on. Please, Narumi-san, we're trying to help. I don't want to have to stop you. If you think you can save Mio, then okay, just know that if any funny business goes down, I will chop your head clean off. Well, that was quick. She was quick to help. Yeah. Right, I hope the girls know what they're doing. Sakura, what are you doing here? You fox! The slime girl was being distracted by the fox spirit, so I ran over to Mia's side using all my strength to pull at the slime that covered her. However, all I seemed to manage was a slight tear. Freeing the girl was clearly going to take a while. They're here to help, so use your energy for something useful, like getting rid of this damn slime. Ah, Machiko, have you come to play as well? Please, tell your sisters to stop her spell, it feels rather tingly. Maiko, keep up the good work. No, Sakura, I have not come to play. You are a fool. A bubble-brained moron. Why are you harassing the villagers? If you wanted food, you know you could have come to the mansion. Blah 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 blah. Meaning, Machiko, you can't tell me what to do. Not to mention, the food from the villagers tasted the fruit at your place. Besides, I just wanted to play with them a bit. But then they started screaming, and this monkey girl with her sharp stick tried to scare me away. I will not stand for these insults. Just you wait until I am free. Alright, mate. Oni-sama, the spell is almost done. If I keep going on, it might. Just a little more. Little ones. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Some of these sentences are worded weirdly. Just a little more, little one. Sakura, I do not wish for this to end this way. You know what will happen if Michael's spell is allowed to continue. You might get stuck in your midget form for a long time. And I am certain you do not want that. Leave this village, please. You're going to melt me? That's unfair. My sisters won't be happy to hear Machiko and Michael sided with the silly humans when all I was doing was having some fun. I'll be back. And with those words, the slime girl melted into a pool of water and soon disappeared from sight. Once the slime girl had disappeared from the village, I succeeded in tearing off the slime that covered Mio. However, as the slime shattered into millions of tiny pieces, Mio was left without any form of cover, causing me to quickly cover my eyes. Don't you dare look at me! Scrambling to her feet, the girl rushed away, most likely in search of a change of clothes. With the slime girl gone, the villagers turned towards the fox spirits with confused gazes. The tension in the air was thick, no one knew what to expect. Finally, a familiar figure emerged from within the crowd. It's a pleasure to finally meet you again, Takahiro-kun, even if the circumstances could have been better. What are you saying, Elder? That man is clearly in cahoots with the spirits. Wait a second, these girls just wanted to help. Oni-sama, my head hurts. It's okay, dear, I'm here. Just hold on to me tightly, I'll protect you, and so will Taka-kun. It's a trap! Silence! How dare you act with such hostility towards those who just saved your lives? ... The crowd seemed rather startled by the firmness in the old man's voice, but soon obeyed, some of them feeling rather ashamed all of a sudden. It is clear that you and your companions did not come here with ill intentions, Takahiro-kun. I must ask you to forgive the people for their nervousness and hostility. As you have most likely noticed, contact between the spirits and humans has been rather problematic at best. I understand the concern, but you at least hear me out. Very well. If that is what you desire, then it will be the least we can do for those who have helped save the village upon this day. However, let us wait for the chief to return. I believe it will be important for her to hear what you have to say. I'll go find Noroji-sama. Feeling grateful that the Elder granted me the chance to carry out my plan, we waited for Mio to return. Thankfully, the Elder brought us somewhere private, where Machiko could tend to Maiko without the villagers looking on in contempt. Ugh, how many times am I going to have to say it? I am sorry. I froze, okay? I panicked. The sword is stronger than my Naginata. What was I even going to accomplish by... That is unacceptable. I will reprimand. What are those creatures doing here? Elder-sama, this is highly unorthodox. She's highly unorthodox. Shh, Mako-chan. These are our guests, Tsukino Dono. Ah, itchy nose. Itchy nose. You shall treat them with the respect they deserve. Now take a seat and listen to their tale. That is an order. I understand, Elder-sama. First and foremost, let me express my gratitude for helping save this village. While Tsukino Dono's brave attempt to stop the spirit allowed us to prevent further damage, I fear that her fate would have been much worse had the spirit been allowed to continue its rampage. Therefore, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for saving Tsukino Dono and this village. Thank you, Hiro-kun, and you as well, Fox Spirits. No problem. Shu-chan told us to do it. Besides, Sakura's a stupid smelly minipant. We humbly accept your gratitude, Elder-sama. Narumi-chan, Tsukino Dono. Thank you, Mako-san, Michiko-san. You really helped us out there. You got more guts than me. That girl had me terrified. Have you not considered that they might be working together with that monster, and this is all just a ruse to sneak into the village and steal what little resources we have left? The other side, before his gaze sharpened, his tone surprisingly stern in comparison to how he had been talking. His voice was so harsh that both girls visibly flinched at the sound of it. Meow. You seem to be underestimating the power of these spirits. If those three had joined forces, there would have been absolutely blah, 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 blah. There would have possibly been no village left to defend. The man sighed deeply, shaking his head before continuing. You should be grateful. We would not stand a chance if all spirits were to conspire against us. Do I need to remind you that we can barely stand our ground against even one of them? Elder-sama, you must understand, due to my situation, I simply cannot pretend to be friends with the spirits. Not after everything they have done to us. But for now, I will at least remain silent on the matter. There is more at stake here than my personal feud. Know this, Fox Spirits. If I find either of you doing anything suspicious, I will personally find out whether my sword goes through you as ineffectively as it did that monster. There shall be no talk of such things within this house. Now, Takehiro-kun, you mentioned you wanted to tell us something. Could it be related to your younger companion's comments? I find it curious to hear her mention the name of an old spirit such as Shishira. Actually, I'm about to tell you is something I learned directly from her. You mean, you met her in person? I nodded my head firmly. There's a reason behind the spirit's attitude towards humans, and doesn't it strike you as odd that there are only spirits in this particular area? It is true that there has been no spirit sightings outside of this region, but what does that have to do with us? It has something to do with this region, apparently. You see, the spirits here aren't from this world. You mean to say... Takakun, what are you saying? We are spirits, but surely we are still this world. Oni-sama, what does this mean? Shiri told me you probably wouldn't remember it because of how young you were when it happened. But spirits have a world of their own. Some accident caused both worlds to merge temporarily. Then, why aren't there more spirits around? The whole thing was apparently dealt with before it got out of hand. I was going to say before it could get out of hand. But a few spirits became trapped here. Michiko-san, Mako-chan, and 4 other spirits were unfortunate enough to get stuck here. I think Tsuyuri willingly came here to watch over them. Remember being with Tsuyuri for a while, don't you? Ah, that's none of your business. Shu-chan took care of us for a little while, but then she took us to the mansion and sort of just left us there. Now we can only visit her when she wants us to. What about these 4 other spirits? Even though she's a powerful spirit, Tsuyuri has to follow certain rules. Because of that, she wasn't able to reach the other spirits. I didn't know what to say. I need a moment. Might I use another room to compose myself? I'll show you. I can take you somewhere and look after you to make sure you don't do anything finished and all. Come on, Machiko-san, this way. When Machiko and Narumi left the room, I sighed and turned my focus back into the conversation. Now about the panty theft. Ah, right. They did seem rather adamant about getting their hands on those for some reason. What was the purpose of that? Surely those girls have undergarments of their own. It was a simple mistake. I needed a maiden silk for my spell. How was I supposed to know that it was something other than the silk things girls wear? was all a misunderstanding. None of them knew that maiden silk is another term for a wedding sash. Innocent, huh? If they really thought that, they could have just used their own. Nah, that's where you're wrong. Only Samara and I don't have any. You two. This is a thing that, why did they use their own? Oh, they don't have any panties. I think we should move on to a different matter. Moving on. Sierra suggested that we find a way to help you guys out. If we could make you trust us, we figured that maybe you would make us the sash. But why would you need such an item? Boo! Silly man, I already told you, I need it for a spell. Michael-chan, this guy isn't a magician. He doesn't know what you're talking about. Basically, Michael-chan's been researching a spell that would allow her to travel to another realm. Why would she desire such power? Imagine being stuck, far away from this village. You don't have any way to return to your loved ones. To make matters worse, you're in a place you don't know, with beings unlike anything you have seen before. Now let's say you had a power that would let you go anywhere you want. Where would you go? Are you saying that? Yes. Even if they weren't aware of it, they must have subconsciously felt they were different from you. They only wanted to go home. Home? Kinda, I guess. I just wanted to cast a spell to see what would happen. Shutan told me that if I ever felt like that, I should ask her first and go with it. So I did. And since she didn't warn me about anything, I figured it was just like any other spell. I think it's normal, Michael-chan. Whether it's humans or spirits, everyone wants a place they can call their own. A place where they're accepted for who they are. Isn't that right, Elder Sama? But you accept me for who I am, don't you, Takani? I would certainly feel sad if everyone ended up rejecting me simply because of who I am. Surely not all spirits are good at heart, but perhaps we have been too quick in labelling them all evil. For a moment I saw the elder's eyes wander sideways towards the room Narumi and Machiko had moved to, and his gaze softened. Unfortunately, some of us have suffered quite a lot at the hands of spirits. It will take time for people to come to terms with those feelings, Takahiro-kun. Meanwhile, in a room off the side of the main room, the guard lieutenant was watching over the older fox spirit as she seemed to be in the grips of a minor panic attack. No, this can't be right. This can't be true. I'm from this world. This world. I belong here. Don't I? Maybe you should sit down or, lay back or something. I can get you a pillow if you like, or... No, you couldn't possibly understand. You cannot know what it's like to have everything you knew, your whole life, just pulled out from under you completely. Actually, I do. What do you mean? It was a while ago now. I was still just a kid, maybe 5 years old. There was an incident involving those other spirits. I don't know exactly what happened, but there was a big fire, and my parents got trapped inside. They never made it out. So yeah, don't tell me I don't know what it's like to have your whole life torn apart. I'm sorry. I did not know. I could not have known. That almost makes it worse. You should know. You should know exactly what it did to me, how it made me feel. But, pardon? I don't know what you're talking about. Narumi, was it? Narutan. What? That's what you used to call me, Chi-chan. You used to call me Narutan. You used to play together almost every day. That's how you should know. I was with you when the incident happened, and you don't even remember. The girl collapsed onto one knee, clutching her head. I remember the village glowing orange. A girl younger, resembling you. Why could I not remember this before? Machiko? My head hurts. I remember seeing you cry. You screamed for your parents, and then you were calling out my name as I ran. I had to. The villagers, they went to catch us. All spirits. They didn't care that we had been playing by the river all day. I couldn't explain it. I had to run. I can't believe it. Narutan, I am so sorry. The fox spirit reached out for the guard, who pulled back instinctively. As she did, the pain seemed to disappear, and Michiko looks more relieved than anything. No, not yet. I can't just forget about all that. Isn't that easy? But you did stand up to that slime creature. The one you called Sakura. I think just saying Crete as though like a weird, Japanese word or something, but no, she's going to say creature. You risked your life for Mio and for the village, and that's what's worth giving you a chance for. I can't promise a miracle though, because she barely even listens to me, but I'll try to talk her down. She really isn't the cold, heartless captain everyone thinks she is. Thank you. Thank you for giving us a chance, Narutan. I promise, Mike and I will do our best. Perhaps you could tell me more about the incident? I'd rather not. It isn't a happy story. If you do me a favour, I'm more willing to tell you more. I want to get stronger. I couldn't do anything earlier today. I couldn't protect anyone. I don't have the brains or magic for anything like that. For magic... Oh, no, I was reading it wrong. I don't have the brains for magic or anything like that, but that Takahiro guy knows some pretty flashy moves. If you're going to teach me some, I'll tell you about what happened. Deal, Chi-chan? I'm not too sure. It seems like a bit of an unfair deal on my part. Perhaps you could sweeten it for me just a little? Always a charmer, huh? Alright, how about this? I'll tell you something about when we were younger, like when we used to play together, in the woods near the village. There's a little stream there that we used to fish in. Sometimes you would sneak into the village with me, and we'd play pranks on the shop owners, knocking on doors and running away, silly kid stuff. You'd even show me your magic, your illusion abilities, but you said you didn't like doing all that much, because it made Maiko cry. That's right, when Maiko saw me transform for the first time, she got so scared she ran away and nearly hurt herself. How could I possibly have forgotten that? Naruto, thank you for telling me that. I swear, I will get Taka-kun to help you. Thank you. Pardon me. The girl stepped forward once again, this time wrapping her arms around the surprised guard who did not pull back. I'm so burpy. Ugh. As the two women hugged each other tightly, the Fox Spirit began trembling. Hey, come now. We should probably get back to the others. They're probably wondering where we've gone. That's a lot of people. I like how the village elders hidden behind them all. Gotta have the boobs in front. Forgive me for my absence. I must admit, I did not expect such revelations. Taka-kun, have you explained the situation? Yeah, I think they get it now, but it's probably going to take a while for the villagers to accept you. I do believe it will be in everyone's best interest to see the true nature of the Fox Spirits. While I can't promise that friendships will be forged today, let it be known that from now on the Fox Spirits are welcome in our village and will receive the same respect as any guest should. Thank you, Elder-sama. My sister and I are very grateful for your hospitality. However, the laws of this village are applied to you three as well. Takahiro-kun, I believe in your best interest to learn more about the village. Tsukino Dono, Narumi-chan, I will leave him in your care. Try to put him back in that cell, you two. ... You've got it, Oji-sama. We'll do our best. What about Mako-chan and Machiko-san? I would like them to stay here for the time being. We need to discuss what to do, should the other spirits choose to return. Elder-sama, I would like to stay with you for that conversation. It is my duty to protect this village and those within it from any perceived danger. This includes you. I also believe it would serve me well to hear this firsthand. Of course, I expected nothing, Tsuki no. Narumi-chan, how about you take Takahiro for a walk? Takahiro-kun. And do not think that this is a date, young man. You're going to need more than that show earlier to earn the right to date my granddaughter. The man laughed harshly as I blushed, smiling weakly. At least I wouldn't end up cuffed and brought to a jail cell this time. Maybe it would even turn out to be a pleasant experience. It didn't. Even the elements seemed to be working against the village today. Barely a minute into the walk, the skies let loose and we were both soaked through within seconds. Letting out a yelp, Narumi grabbed my hand and pulled me towards the nearest shelter. Wet clothes. Oh, you. A rainfall this suddenly. That's just typical. Today just went from bad to worse. Heh, I thought it would take more than a bit of rain to douse your warrior spirit. Pah, warrior spirit. Yeah, I really had that by the bucketful today, didn't I? You sound different from the last time we met. I was practically expecting you to shout. Ha! If you want to stop the great Narumi, you'd better up your act, Mother Nature. Send me a tsunami or an earthquake or a tornado my way, you might just stand a chance. Yeah, well, that was before I realised what a weak, cowardly person I am. It wouldn't take all that to stop me. I'm not that great. I'm just a girl who's trying to impress someone. It just takes a drizzle to stop me. I frowned for a moment, trying to think of how to respond. It looked like her inability to stop the slime god from causing havoc had led Narumi to feel like she had failed somehow. It was then I recalled a certain scenario and decided to act. I swiftly grabbed a hold of Narumi's shoulder with my other arm wrapped around her, almost as though I was about to comfort her. I decided to use a judo technique, pretending to be the hero of some manga. Preparing myself for a secret technique, I shouted proudly, "Wah! Hey! Stop! Surikomi Goshi!" Okay. Having practiced judo since I was a kid, I easily spun the girl over my shoulder and onto her back in the rainy grass. My eyes were sharp as I looked down at her, repeating the words I remembered from a certain manga. If you let one loss break your spirit, you're not suited for the life of a warrior. The stronger the people around you, the more you should improve, you. That doesn't mean anything. You jumped by surprise is all. You looked like you were going to kiss me, and then you tossed me on my back. I wasn't planning to kiss you, and now I forgot my heroic speech. Get up and grab your weapon, Narumi. If words won't cheer you up, then let's talk like warriors do, through battle. Wait here. The woman pushed herself upwards and barged past me, stomping into a nearby building. Only now did I realise it as the building I had been held in the day before. I waited under the wooden slats of the shelter as the rain continued. A few moments later, I heard a loud thud, and through the doors, Narumi burst. In her hand, she held a naginata similar to the one she had used previously, but with a different blade. In the moment before her attack landed, I noticed that it wasn't nearly as sharp as it should have been. Yeah! Discovering I had to raise my arms in time and grab a hold of the shaft of the weapon before the attack crushed my body. Pushing the weapon aside, I darted forwards. Blech. Pushing my hand forcefully against her chest, I did to open her up for a second attack. That's it. You're not some sort of weak-willed girl who's going to lose her fighting spirit that easily. Shut up. You don't even know what's going on. I'm going to beat the snot out of you, and that'll make me feel better. Didn't you forget one of the most important things in a fight? The woman gritted her teeth and lunged towards me again, a wild, angsty strike that would have been ridiculously easy to dodge had she not been so fast. Even though I was faster, the whoosh that shot past me made it clear she was not pulling her punches. I don't care, it's not important, I couldn't do it, I got scared, I let everyone down. And that's why you failed as a warrior. You can read every emotion behind your attacks. You're angry at yourself for being unable to stop that spirit, right? Disappointed at yourself for lacking the courage to face them. But you're not some lone hero who has to do everything by herself. I quickly pushed her naginata upwards, a quick slide of my body nearly knocking the weapon out of her hands. Quickly raised her hand to flick her forehead before stepping backwards. Did anyone tell you that you had to fight that spirit on your own? Did you forget that you have friends out there that would have given their lives to help you? A hero who fights alone is a hero who dies early. That's why both you and the Thunder Tyrant weren't able to defeat that spirit. How? How am I supposed to fight her by her side when she's so much better than I can ever hope to be? How can I stand a chance against spirits when I'm just a girl with a sharp stick? Mia lost her sword, but she never lost her resolve. I lost mine as soon as things became dangerous. I'm worthless. The woman snarled as her forehead was flicked and she quickly lunged forwards again, lashing out with her spare hand, aiming for my temple. I ducked, slid back, and narrowly dodged the swing of her naginata. I noticed a change in her stance, which seemed to allow a closer range attack style. The only limits we have are those we impose upon ourselves. She's better than you, just need to keep improving. Even I have things I want to become. That's the thing about martial arts. Why haven't you tried talking to her about this? Because I can't. I can't talk to her. I just need to be strong. She does it without relying on anyone, without bending or yielding. I can't do it. I can't be like her. Is that really how it is? Maybe you just don't know what the source of her strength is. In your case, it's just a matter of finding your resolve. Well, there's the problem. I don't have any. I'm just a dumb little girl who needs to be saved all the time. Come on, stop talking like that. Don't you have something you want to protect at all costs? Nothing at all. Not your family, your friends, your village. You just turn up for the paycheck and tell them thanks. You're right, there's nothing. I lost everything. The woman's next attack caught me by surprise. She flung her weapon towards me at full strength, hitting my arm and causing me to flinch. As she turned away from me, she slipped on the wet grass. Before I had a chance to react, she scrambled to her feet and suddenly took off towards the forest. Alright, and then I'm going to end this episode off here. Well, we're getting somewhere with convincing the villagers that the fox spirits are nice spirits and they should be accepted into the village. And oh my god, Narumi, that's her name, isn't it? Narumi, pink hair girl, and Machiko-chan. The names will stick in my head eventually. They used to be childhood friends. Then a whole lot of shit fucked up with some bad spirits that came along and killed Narumi's parents in a fire. And then somehow Machiko forgot, which is, yeah. And, wow, and then we had a fight with Narumi. And hopefully we can get her to come to her senses and, you know, be a strong warrior. So, hopefully next time we can do that. And I'll see you all next time for some more Sakura Spirit. See you all next time. Goodbye.